You designed the perfect trend-following strategy. The theoretical backtest looks absolutely flawless. But when you deploy it live, reality hits hard. Your capital evaporates because you traded isolation, not a portfolio. Trend systems rarely fail because the entry signal is wrong. They fail because they completely ignore asset correlation and position sizing. Welcome to the Omnicast network. Today, we fix this failure. We are going to build a risk parity engine from scratch. Our architecture will have 3 core pillars: signal generation, volatility targeting, and covariance scaling. Before we code the engine, we must understand why equal sizing is mathematically doomed. Let's look at a standard moving average crossover system. We allocate $100,000 to both Bitcoin and gold. On paper, this is equal dollar weighting. In reality, it is a disaster. Bitcoin's annualized volatility historically hovers around 80%. Gold's volatility is much lower, typically around 15%. Let's formalize this disparity with risk contribution mathematics. The true risk weight of an asset is not its dollar allocation. It is heavily driven by its localized variance in the market. In our naive portfolio, Bitcoin dominates almost all the actual variance. You don't have a diversified trend portfolio, you have a Bitcoin proxy. If Bitcoin enters a volatile whipsaw, your gold profits are instantly erased. To survive, we must completely stop allocating capital by dollars. We must start allocating by pure volatility units. But how do we dynamically measure true volatility in live markets? In the previous module, we mathematically proved that dollar weighting is flawed. To fix this, we must completely change how we define a position. We no longer buy assets in dollars. We buy them in volatility units. Let's visualize the underlying mechanics of this paradigm shift. Imagine a dynamic scale. On one side, we have an asset's inherent market volatility. On the other side, we have our portfolio target risk budget. Your position size is simply the exact weight required to keep this scale in perfect equilibrium. Let's formalize this with the foundational position sizing equation. The number of shares to buy equals the target risk budget, divided by the asset's realized volatility multiplied by its price. This means if an asset suddenly becomes twice as volatile, its algorithmic position size is mathematically cut in half. This inverse relationship guarantees no single asset can hijack your portfolio. Take a moment to observe how the system naturally self-corrects. Let's translate this continuous math into discrete execution code. We define a fixed risk target and calculate the rolling standard deviation. Then, we dynamically divide our risk budget by the dollarized volatility. It looks elegant. But in live markets, this exact formula contains a hidden trap. Standard deviation assumes normal, continuous price action. What happens during a violent overnight market gap? The backward-looking standard deviation fails to capture the true jump risk. Your algorithmic target bands expand far too late, leaving you massively overleveraged. In our last session, we saw how a simple rolling standard deviation utterly fails during market gaps. The equal weighting of historical data makes the system dangerously slow to react. We must shift our calculation engine to an exponentially weighted moving average, or EWMA. EWMA structurally prioritizes the most recent price shocks, discarding old data exponentially. Let's formally define the recursive variance equation. Current variance is a weighted sum of the previous variance and the squared current return. The lambda parameter dictates the decay rate of our market memory. A smaller lambda produces a highly reactive engine, immediately pricing in jumps. Observe how the recursive nature feeds continuous market memory. Let's translate this mathematical elegance into production Python code. Using the pandas library, we apply an exponential window to our return stream. This generates a dynamic, non-lagging volatility surface for our sizing algorithm. This estimator successfully solves the gap risk. But it introduces a catastrophic new bottleneck. What happens when an asset's volatility mathematically approaches absolute zero? Think of a pegged currency, or a dying asset where price action completely flatlines. Because our sizing formula strictly divides target risk by this localized volatility, the algorithmic position size violently asymptotes toward infinity. In the previous module, we witnessed how zero volatility mathematically forces infinite leverage. To fix this catastrophic edge case, we must introduce a structural safety net. We establish a volatility floor. By placing a hard minimum boundary on our denominator, we cap maximum position sizing. Let's update our foundational sizing equation. The allocation is now inversely proportional to the maximum of the realized volatility or the floor. If the asset goes completely flat, the floor takes over. Watch how this single mathematical boundary stabilizes the entire sizing vector. Implementing this in our algorithmic pipeline is incredibly straightforward. We simply pass our calculated EWMA volatility stream through a maximum threshold function. This absolutely guarantees our risk engine never divides by zero. Our individual asset sizing is now fully robust. But there is a massive conceptual flaw. We are trading a multi-asset portfolio, not an isolated market. What happens when we apply this safe formula to multiple highly correlated assets? If these independent assets suddenly trend together, their individual risk limits are utterly useless. They stack on top of each other, transforming your portfolio into a massive, unhedged directional bet. In our last scenario, highly correlated trends completely destroyed our maximum risk boundaries. When assets move together, their risks don't just add up. They exponentially stack. To prevent this, we must dynamically map how every asset interacts with every other asset. We need to mathematically discount our position sizes based on their structural redundancy. We introduce the true measure of portfolio variance. Total risk equals the transpose of our weight vector, multiplied by the covariance matrix, multiplied by the weights. The sigma matrix holds the correlation coefficients of the entire system. If assets are highly correlated, this matrix violently inflates the perceived risk, which forces our inverse volatility algorithm to aggressively shrink the positions. Watch how the covariance matrix elegantly penalizes clustered bets. Let's architect this mathematical discount in pure Python. We calculate a rolling correlation matrix using pandas across our return stream. Then, we derive a diversification multiplier by passing our weights through the matrix. Our portfolio is now heavily fortified against normal correlation clusters. But there is a fatal flaw. During a true global liquidity crisis or a flash crash, correlations do not merely shift. Every single asset in the market violently converges to a correlation of exactly 1.0. This simultaneous matrix convergence triggers a catastrophic algorithmic deleveraging. You survive the correlation spike, but you are instantly destroyed by the trend reversal. In the previous module, we saw how sudden correlation spikes trigger violent algorithmic deleveraging. The ultimate solution is not to manually override the matrix, but to algorithmically enforce equal risk distribution. We call this true risk parity. Every asset is mathematically forced to contribute the exact same volatility. Let's visualize how an optimization engine balances this chaos. Mathematically, we define a minimization objective function. We calculate the marginal risk contribution of each weight against the full covariance matrix. The algorithm severely penalizes any deviation from a perfectly equal risk distribution. By minimizing this penalty squared, our solver discovers the exact weights that survive a shock. Observe how the optimization naturally neutralizes concentrated exposure. Let's build this exact mathematical engine in Python using scipy. We define our risk contribution function, feeding it the rolling covariance matrix. Then, we utilize sequential least squares programming to iterate towards the optimal weights. Our risk parity engine is now structurally complete and mathematically robust. But there is a silent, systemic killer hidden in this elegant design. Risk parity blindly assumes that we actually want to hold these assets. What happens when the macroeconomic regime shifts, and a prolonged structural bear market begins? Your portfolio risk is perfectly balanced, but your capital bleeds out completely. In the last module, we discovered that risk parity perfectly balances volatility, but it does not dictate direction. To survive a structural bear market, we must overlay a binary regime filter on top of our optimal weights. We dynamically monitor the macro trend, instantly cutting the cord when market momentum breaks. Mathematically, we introduce a regime multiplier to our final sizing equation. This multiplier is a strict binary gate. It is either exactly 1, or exactly 0. If an asset's price falls below its long-term moving average, its risk allocation is mathematically zeroed out. Observe how this simple binary gate completely protects the core optimization engine. Let's implement this macro overlay pipeline in Python. We calculate a 200-day simple moving average to define our baseline macro regime. Using NumPy, we generate a Boolean mask that overwrites negative regimes, pushing the allocation to cash. When we backtest this complete, fully fortified architecture against a crisis, the structural bleed is entirely eliminated. Our capital goes flat, safely preserving liquidity. Thank you for joining this masterclass. If you want to survive in the algorithmic trenches, subscribe to the Omnicast network, like this video, and stay rigorous.